and Denver will win. It's going to be great. But speaking of Denver winning, I at my company, a lot of the guys at my company are my knock is actually based out of Denver, and if I hear one more time about how it's Rocky-tober, it's going to really make me insane. That's all I just want.
Rocky.
So I'm actually glad that the Rockies won. I mean, that's at least. I'm not happy that the Diamondbacks won. Did anybody find out if they found Steve Bartman? I heard that was the other thing. Like you were talking about jinxes and at the Mets.
Well, what do you
Somebody
mean?
told me that they couldn't find Steve Bartman.
I think Steve Bartman's been undercover since for years now. He's been hiding. I mean, I don't think that he's he doesn't exist any place. But he's not. I think
he's not real.
He never was real. But yeah, I never. I didn't think there was any sort of issue with him. Other than the fact that he was keeping himself laying low. Are they actually looking for him again now for some reason, or?
I think when the Cubs made it this year to the playoffs, I think there was a kind of search for Steve Bartman or something like that. I guess they just wanted to talk to him about the playoffs and if he was going to show up.
Talk to him about this great seventh inning stretch thing they got planned with a noose and him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They got to exercise the demon there. They're going to have to hang him in the middle of Wrigley Field.
You know what? Steve Bartman did prevent Moises Alou from catching that ball, but he also didn't go to the mound and give up 7 runs after that the rest of that inning. So I think the Cubs should probably take part of the blame for that whole thing too.
Dude,
they should, but if there's
you're
any
saying
sport that is in part, baseball is a superstitious sport, and that whatever goes on there, it does affect things. I can't explain it. I don't know any better than that. But something like that, it affects the psyche. I'm not saying that the Cubs didn't blow it. I'm just saying Steve Bartman needs to accept his guilt in the affair and throw himself into Lake Michigan.
The worst thing is Moises Alou brought that curse with him this year to the Mets.
Or maybe Moises Alou needs to be hung.
It's a tough day for Migraine Boy.
a tough day for those who've drawn Migraine Boy's ire. Apparently, he's hanging people.
It's been a rough week for me.
Understood, buddy. I can't say I don't understand. These things happen.
And I want to agree with Keith. The Darjeeling Limited was a good movie. At least it was better than Life Aquatic.
Ooh, I also like Life Aquatic.
I Life Aquatic's one of my favorite. I think they were about even. I think it was a little better, maybe.
It was a
Rushmore?
little bit better.
Yeah,
it was less.
I don't like Rushmore.
You know how Wes Anderson's anally obsessive over every little minute detail of every character's lives. It wasn't nearly as bad as Life Aquatic or Royal Tenenbaums in that sense.
Tenenbaums is
It
incredible.
was a slow start to the film, but by the last half hour, 45 minutes, then you get kind of really caught up in the characters, and it was a lot of fun.
And it's the
Great
triumphant
soundtrack
return of
as well.
Applejack as well.
Okay.
No, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Actually, Applejack?
No, but Kumar isn't Applejack.
Oh, it's a
You're
different
talking
guy.
Kumar, okay.
Oh, who's Applejack? I haven't watched Bottle Rocket.
Applejack is the guy who has the heart attack in the car
right.
and locks himself in.
Black
at the end.
Mexican
Wrong guy.
Yeah, no, Kumar is. I lost my touch, man. Did you ever have one to lose?
He was also in Tannenbaums, though.
He absolutely was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm out.
I want to ask you.
You're out too.
Yeah, Migraine Boy. Before you go, I want to know if you can, for me, rank what you think the Wes Anderson films are in their order, like top to bottom, and then I'll ask everybody around the room.
Top to bottom.
Well, you can go bottom to top. I guess that would be more dramatic when you build up and say Bottle Rocket at the end.
Number 5 is Life Aquatic.
Wow. Okay.
Number 4, for now, I'm going to say Darjeeling, just because I probably have to watch it another couple of times for me to process the whole thing. Number 3, Royal Tenenbaums. Number 2, Bottle Rocket, and number 1, Rushmore.
Wow.
I love Bottle Rocket. Bottle Rocket, at least you could pop in any time and enjoy it. But Rushmore might have been Wes Anderson's best film so far.
I actually put Bottle Rocket number 1, maybe Darjeeling number 2, Life Aquatic 3, Tenenbaums 4, and I'm sorry, I don't really like Rushmore.
I think Rushmore's horrible. Okay. I think Rushmore.
And I don't think it's horrible, but I don't think it's nearly as good as the others.
It's the same thing as like the Beatles conversation with the best Beatles song. Like they're all brilliant and genius films. I think the guy's fantastic. I don't think he's ever done anything bad in the world. But I think of them all, Rushmore is by far the worst. I didn't see this, the new one, despite my little jokes before. So I'll go 4-1 with it being Rushmore, Life Aquatic, Tannenbaum's, Bottle Rocket. Bottle Rocket, obviously the best one. Obviously, and I
Do you
think
like Royal Tannenbaum's better than Life Aquatic?
Yeah, I think the Life Aquatic's okay. I think that that Bill Murray is really a pretty likable, funny character in it. But overall, the movie I don't think is as great as the other.
That's how I felt about. I don't know what it is about Rushmore. My wife loves Rushmore. It's like her favorite movie in the world, and we always argue about this because she doesn't like Bottle Rocket.
I have a problem with Jason Schwartzman. Yeah, I don't like him.
Oh, see, I like him in the new movie. I think he kind of annoys me in Rushmore too, though.
Yeah, I
don't like that teacher either.
He can be pretty annoying, but I really like him in Rushmore. It's a constant battle, but I find now I think Rushmore's probably ahead of Bottle Rocket slightly.
Crazy talk.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I found you catch that Jason Schwartzman's like barefoot throughout almost the entire Darjeeling Limited.
No,
like, do you really want to run around India barefoot?
I would bathe in the Ganges barefoot.
With those dead bodies?
I'd put my shoes on, but then I'd dip my body in and get like I don't know, Legionnaire's disease or whatever I get from being near the water.
Leprosy.
Bubonic plague.
Delicious. Sounds delicious. Parmesan. Awesome, Migraine Boy. As always, fantastic call. Good stuff, buddy. I appreciate your picking. I'm calling my bookie right now. We're going to get it done.
Right, and I'll be lynched next week.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. So, do you have anything like you want to plug or anything like that? Do you have like a website or a MySpace or anything like that so people could harass you? You want to give your home address out?
Social security number.
Yeah, everybody just come down to the East Village. That's it. I'll leave it at that.
Sweet. Go to the East Village and look for Migraine Boy.
Try to find me. Like, where's Waldo? Awesome. He's the guy who looks like a wolf, or he has a wolf or a robot with him, one of the two at all times. Excellent, Migraine Boy. Thanks a lot, buddy. Alrighty, take it easy.
Sweet. So what do you say, the Browns?
The Browns. I don't think it's a bad pick. The Browns, you know what? I expected the Browns to be total garbage this year. Well, maybe not total garbage, but total garbage, because you know who their quarterback was. I expected them to be total garbage this year. And they like shocked the world by like scoring like 50 points against Cincinnati a couple of weeks ago.
That's true.
I can't say that I think it's impossible. Officially, I think the final score of the game is going to be like 24-3. I think they're going to get crushed, but it's not the craziest pick in the world. You know what? It's gambling, and it's always a gamble, and you never know what it's going to be. Who knows? So I want to talk about some another thing that happened a couple of days ago. I don't know, and I actually yesterday after work last night and talking with a buddy of ours about my thoughts on this, I was going to say I didn't know if this thing that I'm about to talk about was a dream or a real commercial that happened. Upon talking to him, he's told me it's actually a dream that I've had, so I'd like to talk about it.
I disagree. I think it's a real commercial.
Are you guys familiar with the boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
Yes.
Well, apparently
African American gentleman. Big.
Indeed, he is. He's not that big. He's a
boxer.
Yeah.
Oh,
so he's not a gentleman. He's a pugilist.
Nice.
What did he steal?
Nice.
So he.
We don't condone pugilism in school either.
Obviously,
write your damn stuff yourself.
See, I was going to say everyone has the right to vote, but I had this dream or saw this commercial last week where Floyd Mayweather Jr. was sitting in his wheelchair with a blanket over his legs. And he said, "This product is so good that even I would walk to it." And he threw his blanket off his legs, and you saw one of his legs was like shriveled and atrophied, and like
you know, it's funny when you first started to say this. I was thinking, well, how does your coworker know it's not a real commercial? Maybe he just didn't see it. Now I understand why he knew it's not a real commercial.
And I don't know what in God's name. Like what product I thought this was for, or anything like that. But this was
the one who was doing all the CGIs with Martin Luther King and all that stuff.
Right. Well, yeah,
like one of those.
Yeah, it's like the one that made Christopher Reeves walk to.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, and I don't know how I had a dream that
I think Floyd can walk fine. He's still boxing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Did you see that last thing that he did? It wasn't really good. But
what could he be selling when he wants to be walking out of his
don't.
chair?
Oh, but here's the point. It was so real.
Running shoes.
I was just like, I thought about it. I was like, wow, how the.
A remote control.
Like, didn't he just fight like the Golden Boy recently? How's he in a wheelchair? I'm like totally confused on this whole thing. And Yeah, so apparently I dreamt about Floyd Mayweather being in a